Hello, this is Jimmy Blevins. Today I'm going to walk you through the contact form module using the Divi Visual Builder. Now, just to speed things along, I've already got my contact form set up the way that I want it. Just to save some time for this tutorial so it's not all set up and I can just walk you through what everything does. Now, the first thing you're going to see in your contact form settings, it will be your field. And you can use this to change the settings or any of the options for any particular field specifically. So let's say I wanted to change my email field, make sure that's required here. If I wanted to make this field full width, I can click there. If I want to keep it half width, I can click there. And I've also got a lot of design elements for each specific field. If I want to make one field one color, one field another color, I can do that here and do it individually for each individual field. So in my form, I've added name, email, phone number, and message. The default form doesn't include a phone number. I wanted to put one in there just to give you an idea that you can add or take away any field that you want to. This next option to display the CAPTCHA, this is just a little spam filtering that works pretty well just to make sure that there's people or humans that are filling out the form and it's not being done by some spam bot. This is the email address that you're going to want your emails to go to when somebody fills out the form. So a visitor comes to your website, they fill everything out, they hit the submit button. This is the email address that all that information goes to so that you can keep track of it, add it to your CRM or your email program, that kind of thing. The title, this is the title that's going to display for you when you receive the form. So you can call it contact form, and it's also going to be what it displays on the website. So when someone comes to the website, they're going to see contact form here. And when you receive the email, it will say, form submission from website and then the title afterwards. And this way you can keep track if you've got 3 or 4 different contact forms, which ones are getting filled out. Now the message pattern is a little bit more involved. The way that this works is you can either leave this field blank, which allows you to just get the default settings, which will just give you all of the information, or you can format a little bit like I've done here. If you want the field in here, you just use the percentage marks and then the name or the ID of the field. And to double check that these are correct, you can come up here, click on the settings, and it's going to give you this field ID. Notice name is the first one. And reason I show this to you is these are case sensitive. So you're going to want to make sure that if you have a capital N in your field ID here, that you're going to want a capital N in the word name in the settings down here. And this is only if you're customizing it like I have. I like my emails to be formatted so that the information is a little bit easier to take in. If you don't format this, it just kind of all puts it on one line, which is a little difficult to read in my opinion. And you can also change this, say if you wanted to put it in CSV format, that kind of thing. This is where you would edit that information so that when the email comes to you, you've got it formatted in the best way for you to receive it. It has enable redirect URL feature and a field here. If I had like a thank you page that I wanted to send to, if I was doing a goal tracking on this, this is where I would put that. I can turn this option off, however, and just put in a simple message, thanks for signing up, something of that nature. Now the design elements, again, are pretty straightforward. I gave it kind of a light blue background color for the fields, and this does it for all the fields across the board. So I'll change the color around just so you can kind of see what that looks like. And I made these transparent just in case I've got like an image behind it, it'll still show through with the form fields. Something you might want to play with if you're putting this together in a web page that's got like a photograph background. This is for the border radius on the input fields. So you can have them be perfectly square, you can round them a little bit, make them look a little bit nicer. Change our title font, we can make it bold, title font size, text color, spacing, line height, all the standard options that you can do for pretty much anything that you want. We can put a border on our field elements if we want to. Since we made them green, maybe I just want to use like a darker green border and make them pop out just a little bit. And then we've got course width, style. And then here, of course, if I want to use custom styles for my button, I can click on this. And then I've got all the options that I want for my button as well. I'm not going to change that right now, but I just wanted to show you that that's where you change those options if you want a custom button. So I'm going to go ahead and click off on this and hit save, and I've got the page pulled up in another window here to show you what it looks like in its final form. And the reason I'm doing this is because as you're coding it in the Visual Builder, you get to see what it looks like, but it doesn't actually function. So let's see, Marty McFly is filling out our form. And let's give him a fake phone number and a quick message. Love your tutorials, Jimmy. Keep up the good work. All right, and 2 plus 2 I think is 4. And we just hit submit, and then that's going to show us, here's our thank you for signing up. This is our success message that we send to them. Depending on what email program you use, that's how it's going to vary what it looks like. If you want to format the data specifically, it's going to take a little bit of trial and error to get it just looking perfectly. But that pretty much shows you the long and short of how to add a contact form using the Divi Visual Builder. Once again, I'm Jimmy Blevins. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.